Hello and welcome to another episode with me, Mentally Unstable Bowl of Soup. Uh, got another stealth video lined up for you guys. Today we'll be doing the second mission of Firestarter, and I do this one pretty well. This is probably one of the better ones I've done. It was a little sloppy at parts, but I got the job done, so I was like, all right, that's good. So basically, um, just kind of doing something a little bit more advanced to show you, how I do it regularly, how I stealth regularly, without trying to do any sort of basic commentary or anything. I'm just gonna use this as an example of what I do when I stealth, and it's always seemed to work out for me. I kind of got these ideas from other YouTubers showing how that they stealth, and it's just really worked out for me. So I just continued to practice on it and work on it, and it's something that I feel like I should show to you guys. So first, you will probably hear my voice twice. There'll be like a really muffled version of my voice. That's due to the video. I was actually talking to the guys in game, so you'll probably be able to hear me twice. And yeah, I was just hanging out with them. They pretty much watched me do it, which kind of sucks for them, but they said that they just wanted the mission to be done anyway. So when it came down to it, I was like, all right, let's just get it done. So I bought the cameras so that they could surf the cameras for me, just cycle through them and mark as many people as they could. And then we also had the spotter perk, which allows people to be seen basically through walls. So um, it just marks random units. So right now, I hop on the camera just to see if I can find the door. Uh, there's it's a pretty big metal door that you have to go to. That's where the server room is. That is the server room. You want to find that as soon as possible so you know where you're gonna go. It just makes your route easier so you don't have to run through and walk through the whole freaking map just to find one door. So basically, there's three objectives to this mission. First, you find the door. Second, you have to hack into a computer and I think shut off the security to the door. And then you have to cut two wires that basically cuts off their alarms for the rest of the room. And when you cut those wires, um, let me back up. If you did this loud, you could get through that the big metal door, and then you could get through another door with a saw or an ECM or whatever, and then there would be a big metal just fencing that just kind of plops right down over the server, and you have to drill through that. But if you do it stealth and you cut the wires, you won't have to worry about that metal fence that comes down even if you go loud after you cut the wires. You just have to cut the wires and it disables that security piece. So what I do when I stealth is I cut the wires and then I tell them to rush in usually. Although that's not what they do in here. We wanted to play a little bit more safe just because I end up grabbing the server and everybody's like, what? Why would we want to rush in? There's no point. Let's see if we can just stealth the whole thing for the bonus. So I said, let's go for it. Um, but right now, I find the metal door. Uh, it's to my left. I ran into it a little bit earlier, but I was too busy talking. And right now, all I have to do is go down and hack that computer at the desk downstairs. So if you notice, I'm able to sprint through, and people aren't seeing me. If you watch my last video, you'll see that the reason why is because distance and concealment are a huge part of stealth, and even though I'm standing up in a hallway and I'm the only one else in the hallway, they just can't see me because they're dumb. They're just blind and dumb. So I'm able to stealth this part right here because I'm using the chair to my advantage. As long as you can't see them, they can't see you. That's pretty much it. It sounds kind of dumb, but it's pretty much how it works. As long as you're on the other side of something, even if it's something small and they can't see you through your vision, and they're looking straight at you, most times they just won't see you at all, and you can get away with it. So right now I'm cutting the wires. They take a little bit of time to cut, so you probably need to make sure that there's nobody coming. I could have gotten caught right there for being a little greedy, but I saw that they were downstairs and their backs were kind of turned, so I was like, I should probably just go now and take this chance. The second wire box takes a little bit more time because a lot of guys just decide to patrol around there. And so I'll use that time to talk about cameras because as you can see, there's one right behind me that can see me, but I stealthed right around the corner and it doesn't even get into the red for me. Part of that is because of concealment, and the second part is because it takes the cameras a good amount of time before they'll see you. So you can literally sprint through an area with a camera watching and go right through, and the camera barely see you. Um, it's just how they work. I don't know why, but yeah, that's usually what I do. But I didn't want to stand up at that point in time because I saw a guard. It was pretty close. So kind of walking up on this box here, and I noticed there was a guy downstairs, and he was looking my way, but he's actually looking at a wall. Like I said, they randomly patrol. I said this in my last video. They randomly patrol, so um, I just kind of got lucky right there, and he was just staring at a wall. And that's all it takes sometimes to get away with a win. Sometimes the NPCs are dumb, and sometimes they're really freaking super detective smart, you know, which you'll see later. I actually do get the server and everything, and I get the server out, and then you'll find that while I'm hidden, no one can see me at all. But one guy just decides, you know what, something wrong went here, so he ends up spotting something. I don't know what he spots, but I think honestly it might have been the server room, but I don't know how. Anyway, he spots something, and I can't do anything but ECM and run in, and so I ECM and run in to get the evidence out of the evidence room. However, there is none, so we kind of get unlucky there. But so right now, that you can see that guy right in front of me, he was sideways turned, still nothing. He just blind and deaf. So it's because of distance and that concealment. Um, Being able to have that distance away, once again, is really helpful. If you notice too, watch where their flashlights turn. I don't know if it's because I'm playing like on low quality or something like that, which I'm sorry for. I apologize. I know you guys don't like seeing really crappy video, but my computer is a little bit poo-poo. So, but anyway, if you watch their flashlights, you can tell which direction they're turning, and you can find out if someone's on the other side of the wall, because you'll see their flashlights. They'll shine right through walls. Um, it's a really good technique to use, especially if you can't get people marked like you normally can. Um, it just really helps. It helps you with direction and seeing which way they're going, um, and allows you the chance to get away. So it looks like, yep, I'm going to be able to make it through here. As you'll see, I'm going to run right under this camera right over here that's pointing right towards that door, and I'll be able to get away just barely at 75%, about 75%. Um, Once again, cameras are kind of weird. It's if you're standing up and you're walking around, it'll go up faster. But the reason why I decided to stand up is because I knew after playing for a while that I could make it around that corner and still stealth that part. Um, my main issue there was just, that I was pointing on the door, so I just needed to stand up and just kind of lug that bag around the corner instead of crouching because I didn't want to take the risk of the guy behind me seeing me. Um, but I think honestly, at that part, I think the guy behind me saw me more than the camera did. It's just he turned at the last minute and allowed me to make it through. But at that point, I wasn't really worried about them catching me, especially since we had the server and the vans right there. So and I had one more ECM to block out their calls. And that's something else that I wanted to bring up too. ECMs are actually really good for just getting in and getting out. If you have about 30 seconds left, to do something, you can use an ECM to just block out all calls and cameras for that amount of time and just grab whatever you need to go do and go. You could actually ECM rush this, which each person place an ECM in a certain order just to keep everything blocked out, and you'll be able to cut out the wires and everything and even get the server and get out before anybody can even call the police, which is kind of funny. To be honest, it is a little bit of a cheaty way. Right here, we get caught by that guy that I was telling you about that kind of spots something in the background. But yeah, ECM rushing is a little bit of a cheaty way, but I mean, if you want to just get something done and you're just trying to farm out XP and grind out XP and mods or whatever, you know, I don't care. Do whatever you want. But so yeah, one thing to say about ECMs too is they block out cameras, they block out calls from the guards, they block out calls from the civilians in that area. Um, and if you get the perk, you can block out pagers with it as well. And then there's a perk above that that allows you to open doors with them, which is very valuable, which is what I did to get inside that security room. So that pretty much wraps it up. Um, I have the second part of this. If you want to see us go loud, I actually like fail a stealth run on a bank, and so we end up having to go loud. But which I might post here soon. But um, yep, that pretty much wraps it up. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this and that this was helpful. And just being able to watch someone else do stealth, kind of get some of the techniques, go for it. I mean, whatever makes you win and um, whatever works for you, just take it with you. So, thank you very much for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys later.